Welcome back to the Loveland Report and the Lone Ranger Show. I am Cleve Loveland alongside Bruce Woodburn. I've been selling these rooftops in Central Florida for 30 years. You've been slapping the financing on them for 30-something years, and we look forward to doing that for a long, long time in the future. We want to help you with your real estate plans for 2024. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Be careful in all that traffic out there while you're shopping. And Bruce, I want to dive into, this is going to be a great sales year. I think people buying this year will be like, wow, glad I did it. Because I think 2025, hopefully we got a better economy, a better president, and things are just going to take off. But I just think this is the year. And this goes back to that Warren Buffett thing, be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. And I think This is the perfect time for that. And it's just, I just don't see anything getting less expensive. I still get multiple offers on about a third of the properties I have. And that's always the starter home. Every once in a while, there's a hot property in a hot neighborhood for $800,000 that I see go with a couple offers. But those people, and it's funny, the multiple offers, there's usually one or two people when I have multiple offers, they know what they want. They lost one. This is the neighborhood. They are prepared. Their agent has them educated. They've got their financing lined up, or they've got cash, and they know what they want because they are not fearful of this market.
And they know what to offer, because if you lost, let's say you had 2 or 3 properties, 3 really starts to get stressful, but 2 properties that you wanted, you offered a price on and you lost them. The third one, you are far more aggressive on.
Yeah.
And most of the time is, like, I've had people feel so deflated after that happened. And I'm like, don't worry about it. There'll be another one come about and it'll always be better. And
I usually find a better one when that happens, but
they'll look at you like, oh, you're just saying that to make me feel better. Yeah, and then they find one and they go, true. You're right. It is better. I'm glad I waited.
But I think the important thing to prepare, they should get on to WeBringYouHome.com and get Fast Track.
Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about that, because Cleve and I will be teaching a class on January the 24th in Maitland, and we would like to invite you. This will be a home buying class. We're going to cover how to compete in the market, how not to lose against these hedge funds that are paying cash for properties. Now, so I think that the only way to really truly compete is to be a cash buyer. Well, how does the average person that's only putting 3 or 3.5% down look like a cash buyer?
Yeah.
Cleve loves this program. It's called Fast Track. It is a registered trademark with CrossCountry Mortgage. It is a full loan approval prior to making an offer. So almost all pre-approval letters are written by who? By a loan officer.
Yep.
The loan officer
has got his fingers and toes crossed.
They got his right.
Hasn't seen one of your documents.
Well, or they haven't seen them all.
Yep.
And there's never been a loan officer in the history of mortgages that's ever approved a mortgage. They can't do it. They're not the ones that approve mortgages. They're the ones that originate the loan. Now, so they're now writing you a pre-approval letter. So it is their opinion that you're going to qualify. And listen, don't get me wrong. A lot of the time it's correct with an experienced loan officer. The problem is they're not the one that's approving it. And even when you put a loan in front of an underwriter that's pretty clean, they always come back and go, well, wait a minute, I saw this, and wait a minute, I saw that. And what's that deposit going? And then you find out that child support was verified, but not by the third wife that he's paying that you didn't know about. Right? So
wife somewhere.
Things like that happen. So when we fast track a loan, it's underwritten approved. So you have a full underwritten approval. Then I can close a loan in 10 days. 10 days.
You've done it for
when you're fast track. But I also guarantee the seller that I will close on time, or I will pay the seller up to $500 per day.
Well,
how many lenders do you know that'll do that?
You've never had to do that with me, and I just know that you fix a lot of problems. I have lenders that fall apart at the seams or stop returning phone calls. My transaction coordinator knows if she's emailed you twice, the other loan rep on our listing, if she's emailed that loan rep and they don't answer, and she calls them twice and they don't answer, the next call is from me to the boss. And usually I'll get like, oh, well, let me dig into this.
Right.
And it's something, they're like, oh, well, we had to deny the loan. And I'm like, they could have just told us that.
I had a phone call.
And you've rescued those.
I had a phone call on Tuesday from a client and a realtor that were freaking out because the loan was supposed to close on the 28th and it's not going to close. The lender has been working on it since August. And I looked at the loan and I'm like, this loan is literally a disaster. And now Normally I can look in there and I can save it, but I looked at it and I went, there is no loan to be had here.
Yeah.
These people were self-employed. They turned themselves W-2. The lender thought they could use it as a W-2 because they were paying themselves as employees, but they still owned the business. There was never deposits made from pay stubs going into their account. It was just plain ugly. And I looked at it and I said, I can fix it, but not until you file your tax returns. Oh, by the way, they hadn't paid their 2022 taxes yet. They hadn't even filed it yet. No, they filed it and then they amended it and couldn't get the amendment back. So, I mean, it was just one thing after another. So I said, I will fix this problem. You close after you file your 2023 taxes and make sure that they're paid or at least on a payment plan. And so I've got them on a track to go. But these are the things that, you know how much stress that is? Now, the lady says to me, she goes, well, where am I going to live? I'm like, well, I don't know where you're going to live. I mean, I just got your loan 40 minutes ago when I looked at it and told you it's not going to work. You've been working on this with another bank since August.
Yeah.
So, you don't want to go through that. We will save you from that.
You wear sandals sometimes, but you don't walk on water, right?
Call me first. Call me first. Listen, if I tell you it's going to work, I'll tell you how to make it work. If I tell you it's not going to work, I'll tell you how to make it work. And we'll figure it out.
What's that phone number, Bruce?
407-250-9144. Again, write that down. 407-250-9144. That is a private number. You can call or text that number or go directly to webringyouhome.com. That's webringyouhome.com and apply now. No obligation, soft credit report pull if you want, so I don't impact anything. Let's get it started now.
And that's the thing, Bruce. Whatever your real estate plan is, just call me. I can help you with that. And especially right now, because a lot of people, we don't have to do okay, I'm going to sell your house and I'm going to give you a lease back for 3 months and you're hunting for something.
Not so much.
And you're living with the in-laws. But it's important. Like if you have a house to sell and you want to buy another one, how do you coordinate that process? We're back to doing that.
Right.
And you can't just ask for everything. If that buyer comes to you and there's 5 homes for sale in your neighborhood and you get the offer, you got to know when to push and pull. You need an expert negotiator like me to help you with that. And I'm at 407-352-8118. And I talk to people, Bruce, I talk to them months and 6 months and a year ahead of their plans.
I want to tell our listeners what we do that you won't find happening very often. You obviously see that Cleve and I are friends. We're business partners. We work together. We have confidence in each other, like total confidence in each other. But when it comes to structuring a real estate transaction, wouldn't you want the collaboration between the lender and the realtor to help you and be an advocate for you? Because you go to bank of whatever it is, and the teller that takes your loan application has no communication skills whatsoever in dealing with the real estate agents. I know all the real estate agents. I know the good ones and the not so good ones. And when I'm working with Cleve and his team, we can say, hey, look at what if we did, and we do this all the time, right? Mm-hmm. Hey, let's move that over here. Let's get the seller to help with this. Let's get the buyer to chip in over here. Let's move this over here. And we figure it out to make it work for both parties. You made me think of something,
because a lot of times, especially if you're a buyer, you don't own something right now. We want to talk about down payment. Now, one thing you've got is Hometown Heroes. There's still some
a little bit. We've got about 10 million left, which will probably be gone. The only reason it's lasted this long is because it's December.
Is that in your safe or is that in DeSantis' safe?
That is in DeSantis' safe.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So you got about 10 million. That's probably going to be gone before the end of January.
And but most people, if they're going FHA or conventional, there's a 3% down. FHA is 3.5%.
3.5. Conventional could be as little as 3%.
Aren't you guys doing 100% FHA?
We are doing 100% FHA loans. So that is a first and second mortgage for FHA. And for people that are struggling to come up with down payment, I have it. So I've got all these type of programs. I can even help you with like $1,500 out of pocket on a conventional loan. But here's the thing. We are negotiating seller concessions. We're negotiating closing costs being paid. We're negotiating buy downs to help the buyers get their payments down. But other than Hometown Heroes, Cleve, I've got City of Orlando, Orange County down payment assistance. Seminole County doesn't have any right now. Lake County's got a little bit left, or did at least last week anyway. We check it on a daily basis.
But the thing is to talk to you, even if your lease doesn't run out for a couple of months. I mean, it doesn't run out until February or March or April. We can help you with that. Now's the time to get your ducks in a row and get that set. because this is going to be a good year and prices are going to start climbing, and that'll be the big headline. Right now, the headlines around the country, the media tries to say is, home buyer sentiment is down, and then you read the article, it's down 0.8%.
Well, and
prices
are
down. And around the country, prices are down 2%. Oh my God, when you average out everything. But Florida, they are up. Central Florida, they are up even more.
Well, not only that, I mean, you think about that. Cleve gave you the numbers from November of last year to November of this year. They're up well over 3%. Some areas I was seeing 5.8%, which if you think about that, if you bought a home and you put 5% down on it and it went up by 3%, you had an 86% return on your investment.
Yep.
How'd you do in the stock market? Did you do 86%?
Not this year.
Not this year.
Not this year.
No, not last year. I mean, that you're not going to make that kind of investment, and you have to have a place to live anyway. So why not put the money in your pocket? Do you know how much savings the average renter has in America?
Oh, you mentioned this last show. Was it like $6,000 or something?
$10,000.
Okay. The average homeowner.
$397,000, the average homeowner in the United States.
Yep. That's their net worth, right?
Now, which side of that fence do you want to be on?
Yep.
I'm going to tell you right now. Chase, my son, bought a home 2.5 years ago. All right. First-time home buyer, 3% down, struggled to get into the house. He only made $50,000 a year. Okay. Struggled to get into the house, but we got the deal done. He is already up $170,000 in equity in that house.
Yep. Should be working on his next one.
He is working on the next
leapfrog
one.
to the next one.
Yep.
So I just think it's very important you have somebody in your corner to help you. Call me at 407-352-8118 or go to cleveloveland.com, because believe it or not, Bruce, what I'm seeing right now, if you hear anybody out there having a problem selling, having a problem buying, having a problem with their tenants, have them call me. You need a professional in your corner. You've got a financial planner. Hopefully you got an estate attorney.
And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give Cleve a shout out here, because this is the truth. Okay. Although we're on the air every weekend and we work hard to help you, but I'm going to tell you something. You're going to get the truth with Cleve. You're going to get the honest advice. And I find that there are many, and there's some good realtors out there, but I'm going to tell you something. A lot of the time they just want to get the listing. And they'll tell you whatever you want to hear and tell you that, oh yeah, we'll put the house on the market. We could get it. And in the back of their mind, they're going, dude, you're $25,000 off the highest price in the neighborhood. It's not going to happen. But they want their sign in the yard. Do you want a sign in the yard? Or do you want to sell your house?
Yeah, you want to sell your house.
Yeah. Sign in the yard or a moving truck.
I appreciate that,
so,
Bruce.
It's the truth. It's not something, listen, I'm not telling you that because he's sitting beside me on the air. I'm telling you that because if you are looking for somebody that truly will take and have your best interest at heart and take care of you, call Cleve Loveland. He can be reached right now. He's got buyer's agents on call. He's available at 407-352-8118. If you want the loan arranger, get your loan pre-approved in advance. Call me now at 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. I lend in all 50 states. 50 states.
All right. I got a couple. We got what, 1 minute?
Yeah, we got
a minute and a half. All right. I want to do a couple listings real quick, and then we'll do some more after the break. I've got we talk about that first time buyer. This is a 319 house in Deltona, solar panel on it, 1,700 square feet. So this is a newer home with high ceilings, split plan, and a 2-car garage, and just a great buy. All tile throughout, excellent condition. And that's
a great house for a first time home buyer, guys. Yep. Call me now. I'll get you into that house.
And I've got one in the Mount Dora, the Lakes of Mount Dora. This is a 55 and better community for $350,000, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,600 square feet. Needs carpet and paint. It's an estate sale, but they are ready to go. The people up north, they want their money out of this.
Well, maybe you've got a $500,000 house and you want to downsize and get into a house like that. What a perfect opportunity.
And then I got one for $400,000. This is a nearly new home. These people had to move to be closer to relatives. Nothing wrong with the house or the neighborhood. 2,000 square feet. The builders in the neighborhood building above $400,000. This house has all the extras. Sometimes you got these builders that don't give you the appliances, don't give you the blinds, don't give, everything's builder beige inside. And this one's got all those extras, all those things done. Open concept plan, 1,900 square feet for $399.9. So if you want to take a look at those, give me a call at 407-352-8118.
Yep. Or the loan arranger at 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. Don't go anywhere. We're going to cover interest rates when we come back and how to buy in today's market. We'll be right back.